violent tornado in Valonia, extreme damage reported. That right through here, that is a major hook echo.
Oh, wow. We're in it right now. We're in the tornado.
And it's all gone. This tornado absolutely wiped this building out.
15 people died in the storm in Arkansas.
Governor Mike Beebe has already issued a disaster declaration, and the head of FEMA is headed to Arkansas to get a closer look. Faulkner County is now declared a major disaster. President Obama made that approval yesterday.
We need heavy equipment.
We'll just have to dispose of it the best way we can.
They're picking up the pieces today, and that is what today is all about.
It's home. That's all I can say is it's home, and want to get to looking back like home.
Everything gets better eventually.
Welcome back to THV 11 News at 6:30 live in Valonia. I'm Dawn Scott, ending this week where we began with incredible heartbreak as a tornado ripped through this area, leveling homes, tearing apart businesses, and breaking. We do so with a sense of healing. These residents ready to look ahead, ready to take on what is next for them, and that is a rebuilding process, looking for miracles as they do so and finding them. And THV 11's Dustin Wilson is here with me, of course, been here all week and have been speaking with the residents here. They are a resilient bunch here, and they are ready to heal and move ahead.
Don, it's been amazing to see how a simple generosity and willingness can make a world of difference. We spoke to a family today who saw that firsthand. A simple persistence about a dinner with a friend actually saved their life.
You go see Mommy?
Yeah.
5 days after a tornado tore apart Drew Baker's home, a fresh sense of what matters settles in.
Kind of hard to get upset over a house. You know, it's just a house. It can be rebuilt. Our family's okay.
Baker, his wife, and 2 little girls planned to be at home Sunday night.
You know what? It's just one of those days. We're just going to stay here.
But a persistent friend urged them to come over for dinner.
Go to Mommy.
Baker admits he didn't think much of the storm.
Just by the grace of God, we made it over there. She pretty much just begged us to come over, not having any idea about a tornado.
Volunteers help separate the debris. An insurance rep surveys the damage, and another helping hand shows up.
People you don't even know, they come together and give all they have.
$600 to help you and your family through the next couple days. I know it's not much.
Veterans of foreign wars found Baker, who's in the Air Force, and gave him a check. So far, they've given out $7,000 to 13 veteran families impacted by the tornado.
Where's your house? Right there? The tornado get it?
Unsure if he'll rebuild in Valonia, Baker waits for the next step and thankfully clings to his family. And another amazing element to this story, the Baker's little dog was actually in the home during the tornado. It was found alive about 2 miles down the road, Dawn.
Wow, that's incredible. A little miracle, as we were talking about in the midst of this tragedy. A lot of miracles here. One man I spoke with today, I asked him how he's doing. He lost everything, and he said it's the helping hands, the strangers and the friends who have surrounded him and lifted him up that are keeping him going. And I asked one of the volunteers, hey, why do this? Why come out here and give of your time? You're not being paid for this. No one asked you to. And the man simply replied, because I can. That is the spirit that's out here tonight. And not only that, but one example of a community coming together, a simple ball field, a little league field here. And Meredith Mitchell explains more of this.
A backdrop of destruction Friday morning. Teams of volunteers began clearing debris from the Valonia Sports Association's fields.
I mean, this was just a place for everybody to go. They'd walk from school down here, you know, they'd spend all their free time down here.
Chandra Forthman, whose 2 children play ball in the league, says teens had just started their seasons when the storm hit.
We'd spent hours, months out here getting it ready for playing, and we were in full swing.
Now, those games will have to continue from temporary fields in nearby Conway. The cleanup just getting started, but Forthman says the boys and girls of summer will play ball here once again.
We're hoping to have it ready to restart building at some point next week. We've already got people that have donated help, supplies, and everything.
Resilience and strength of the people here. Even a FEMA official told me he has never seen anything like it. He's been on the ground, multiple disasters, and says the people of this county are so resilient and so strong. And that is what is helping move them forward here today. Denise, Craig.
Don, thank you. Sunday night's tornado forced the Mayflower School District to close for the entire week, but they will reopen on Monday.
THV 11's Marlisa Goldsmith tells us how teachers are getting ready for students to return.
Mayflower schools are preparing to open after being closed for the week.
Right there where he just had that box.
The middle school gymnasium has transformed into a distribution center filled with volunteers helping those affected by the tornado that left many without basic essentials.
We have about 50 to 70 children displaced.
This senior has spent every day this week helping his classmates and community, but is eager for things to get back to normal.
I really am ready to go back to school. Next week is seniors last week, too.
But the younger students don't seem to really have that same eagerness.
I only like math in school and reading.
Although Aubrey and Lily are only in the 1st and 3rd grade, they completely understand what the tornado did to their town, which is why they say they're doing what they can to help other children like themselves.
I started maybe 2 days ago.
At first, these two were torn, on the fence about getting back into their textbooks, but they quickly made up their mind, saying they're ready when they realized what getting back to school would mean for the storm victims.
For these people to have a home and for them to learn and stuff.
THV 11's Marlisa Goldsmith reporting there. And in a sign of the progress in Mayflower, in just a week's time, the city says the curfew is lifting tomorrow.
Tomorrow morning at 7, the overnight restrictions in the city will end. It had been in place to prevent looting in the disaster areas. We'll be right back.
He was kind of running, so we decided to put our boots on and see if he knew where he lived at, and sure enough, this is where he landed.
Back live in Valonia, nearly 1 week after a deadly tornado ripped across Faulkner County. I'm joined by the Sheriff, Andy Schock. Thank you for being here, Sheriff, and tell us the latest details that you have.
Well, we do have some details. I just spoke with David Hogue, our civil attorney. There's a total of 418 homes destroyed in the tornado, 115 with major damage, 248 with minor damage, and 74 homes affected.
You lost
a lot. That's a lot of houses.
You also lost lives. How does your community move forward after having lost what you have?
You know, prayer works. Prayer works. It always has and always will. You know, you don't have any choice but to move on. And you know, you don't forget, but you have to move on. I mean, those lives lost, that's what they would want. So you do the best you can. We've got some resilient residents in Mayflower, Saltillo, Valonia, and all in between.
It's an emotional time for you as well. Your family has been affected by this.
It is. My wife's aunt and uncle lost their home, and we had several of our cousins and that lost. With the position that I'm in, I haven't been able to jump in and help like I'd like to, but we've got our job that we're doing, and you know, you just do everything you can. You can't do too much.
This is a small community. You know a lot of these people.
I do. I've never lived anywhere but Faulkner County. I love Faulkner County. There are so many great people. There's so many great people that have come from out of the county. For example, there's 75 counties in Arkansas. But between me and Matt Rice, we've talked to just about every member of the 8 sheriff's office across the state. And the agencies that come out and helped us, it's amazing.
All right, Sheriff Andy Schock, Faulkner County Sheriff, with me tonight. Our thoughts are with you as your county begins the healing process. Again, the sheriff telling us over 400 homes completely destroyed, many more affected, and lives lost in this tornado. But they are determined more than ever to heal from this tragedy. Back after this.
Lots of sunshine. Also, keep in mind, this Wednesday we will be live in Conway. Tom will be there all morning long, and we'll be there live all day long, actually. May 7th, as we head into Conway at the Kroger store on Salem Road. That's going to be a big deal. I mean, the Weather Radio Programming Day. If you don't have a radio, you can get one there. If you already have one and need it programmed, come on out and see us. That's going to be this Wednesday, May the 7th. We're coming to Conway at the Kroger store there. Right now, 72 degrees, dew point 33. The humidity very low, 24%. So it's really, really dry. The winds are calm and the pressure's at 29.91. But that's going to go up a little bit as we head into the weekend. Look at these state temperatures. Just a beautiful night. For May the 2nd, I'm telling you what, you know, we could be dealing with severe weather, but fortunately we're not. 72 here, 73 in Searcy, 70 up in Batesville. So for tonight, mostly clear and 51 degrees. Tomorrow, Saturday, 82, a little bit warmer. For May the 3rd, southwest winds 10 to 15. And by Sunday, we're back up into the middle 80s. Can you believe we're getting to that point where folks are going to be just a little bit warm over the next couple days? Right now, let's go out to Sarah. Sarah, I want to know if your toad won. What happened with your toad race?
Okay, so I came in second place. in the toad race. But right now, we're on the Fury. We're on the Fury and Toad Sundays. This party has started here in Oh, that took my breath away. Okay, don't forget, we're going to be here all weekend. And on a serious note, a lot of people are donating to this tornado relief. So stay with us. We're going to be here in THV in your town. We're going to send it back into you.
Back live again in Valonia, ending this tragic week in Arkansas where we began. The crew that I'm with, John Young, and I arrived here around 4 a.m. on Monday morning. Sunday night, of course, the tornado hit and we got here in the middle of the night. We arrived to utter chaos. There is much more organization now. A lot of cleanup has been done. It's been remarkable the amount of power lines back up, of piles of debris that have been organized, and about lives beginning this process of healing. And joining me now is a woman who's been affected by this tornado, Alexis Cawthon. You lost your entire home in this tornado.
Well, there were a few walls standing, especially the one with the crosses on it that showed me that the Lord was protecting us. But yeah, we lost most everything. We were able to recover a lot. Right now, I have a huge team back at our home that's been provided for us by a church family that they're back at our home cleaning things and trying to be able to put them back together.
And they're just doing this out of the kindness of their heart. You're not paying them money. You didn't ask them necessarily to come.
They're doing this because of the Spirit of God. They're doing this because God has led them to serve, because that's what we're here to do. You know, I've had a hard time receiving. That's something I've been called to be a servant, and I've had a hard time with that. But the Lord has shown me that because we are servants, it's like in the scripture it says that we are the bride of Christ, and in any marriage, the wife is supposed to serve her husband. And my husband is incredible, and I've been able to serve him. And if I do serve him in that way, he wants to lavish blessings upon me. And so I'm serving Christ in the way that I am, and so he wants to lavish blessings upon me. And I'm saying that not just for me, but everyone who is walking in faith and serving and being obedient to Christ. He wants to lavish those blessings upon us, and so he is doing that. And we are going to take those blessings and we're going to use that to rebuild. We're going to use that to spread his word. We're just going to take it to the ends of the earth.
You have to rebuild a home. Are you rebuilding in the same neighborhood where you lost everything?
Absolutely.
And everyone around you will too?
We haven't talked to everyone. A lot of them are still in the decision-making process. One thing my husband said as we were making that decision, he said, I don't want the tornado to win. I don't want to let Satan win. And so we're going to go back there, and whoever moves into those homes, whoever moves into that area, we are going to lavish them with the love of Christ.
And as you move forward, you've lost lives in this community, some of whom you've known. Absolutely. How do you heal after something like this happens?
I have Jehovah Rapha. That means that he is the healer. He is inside of me, and he is guiding my every second, my every step. And he's giving me a transcendent peace that I didn't know was possible. I loved Tyler and Cameron like they were my own. It hurts. It hurts deeply, but the Lord is giving me a strength.
All right, Alexis Cawthon, thank you. We'll be thinking about you as you and everyone here in Valonia and all throughout Faulkner County and Pulaski County begin this process of healing and walking forward. And as we head to break, we take a moment to remember the 15 victims who died in this storm.
Welcome back. We've covered the stories of survival, hope, and recovery since Sunday night when the tornado hit. You can watch all of our stories in one place, our website. On THV11.com, click on Arkansas Strong, Rebuilding Together on the left, quick links column. We also have an Arkansas Strong message board set up to help loved ones communicate with each other during this time of hope and recovery. Craig, over to you.
All right, thank you, Denise. National headlines. Consumer spending climbed 0.9%. Auto sales expected to pick up for the rest of the year. Donors that once backed Chris Christie now looking at Jeb Bush in the Republican presidential race. The chattering class will discuss those headlines on the Sunday shows coming up. In advance of that, let me start with my 2 cents worth. I could care less. Standing in a field in Bologna this week makes all those stories irrelevant. Standing in a field in Bologna turns material goods, the heart of America's economy, into debris, and opinions disappear in the effort to survive. THV 11 imported wonderful reporters from all over the country to help with our already wonderful reporters in producing story after story of triumph over tragedy. And we all watch and wonder, what if that was me? What if I was the one suffering the loss of family, or trapped in debris, or asked to provide emergency relief? That's a natural empathy-building exercise that causes us all to take action and ultimately produces thousands of volunteers. We experience the infinite majesty of something bigger than ourselves when we behold the wonders of nature, even when those wonders are horrible. All of this you see while standing in a field in Bologna. I love what one of our interviewees said as he tried making sense of it all. He said, "There are a lot of good people out there, and that is the only real headline that matters." Good night.